All right. Please, I'm embarrassed, but thank you. Really? Not funny. Is that so? Really now? You're such a charmer. Really? Get away. Oh, please. What a great story. Ugh. You're wasting your... Really now? You're such a charmer. Really? Interesting. You're revolting. Oh, please. No, you do me too much honor. Well done. Ugh, that's foul. No, you do. You're wasting your breath. An old priest in Kvatch is worried about strange disappearances. He sounded quite depressed. How can we win if even the priests lose their faith? I suppose there's no harm in telling you what happened. Word is bound to get around Bruma anyway. Turns out that Braden Lyrian is a vampire. Or was. If it wasn't for Reynald Draelus, we may have never uncovered the truth. Let me explain. In the last week or so, we found 2 bodies stashed in shallow graves outside the city walls. The bodies had puncture wounds on their necks. The bodies were those of some beggars who used to wander the streets looking for handouts. Vampire probably thought no one would miss them. Luckily for us, Reynald arrived in town. He said he was a vampire hunter, so we asked for his help. He tracked the vampire to this house. When he entered the place around noon, Braden was sleeping. He was able to slay him at that point. Luckily, Braden's wife wasn't home. Poor thing. She didn't even know her husband was infected. We did a follow-up investigation, and it's true that no one recollects seeing Braden out in the daylight. He's only been spotted at night. I'm afraid there's not much more to tell you. So you can see we really don't need any help. But thanks for the offer. Feel free to question anyone in town. It shouldn't give you too much trouble.
I can't believe this is happening. Please, please, I need your help. My husband was no vampire. It's ridiculous. No one will listen to me. Forgive me. I loved my husband dearly, and to lose him this way makes no sense. Anything you can do to help would be wonderful. This is all happening so fast. I came home only just a few hours ago. I found the door open, and my Braden dead. Standing over him was a Dunmer. I screamed and ran out into the street. Some city watch were nearby and heard me, I suppose, as they arrived quickly. I heard the Dunmer identify himself as Reynald Draelus. He said he was a vampire hunter and that Braden was his mark. The guards seemed to know about Reynald, and after a search of the house, the body of some beggar was found stashed in our basement. The guards sent for Carius, who is an investigator for crimes here in Bruma. In minutes, Reynald convinced Carius that Braden was a vampire. Well, of course it does. It was obviously planted here. Why would he stash a body in his own house? That's ridiculous! And another thing, the guards are making a big deal out of no one seeing Braden out in the daylight. Well, of course that's the case. He works at night and has to sleep during the day. Why does that make him a vampire? It's all that Reynald character. I don't trust him. The thing that bothers me the most is that I swear I've seen him before. Of course, he says he's never been here. There isn't much more to say. Please, help me clear my husband's name. I know I sound desperate, but I know I'm right.
Afternoon.
It's you. Hi.
You get any closer, and I'll turn your bones to ash. Back off.
Greetings, Imperial. Hello. What can I do for you today? So? Was that supposed to be a compliment? Whatever you want. Sure, you're pathetic. Yes, whatever you say. I doubt you really mean that. Not bad. Blah, 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 what a bore. Sure, that's cute. Blah, 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 what a bore. I accept. I have no choice. That's pretty good. Was that supposed to be a compliment? I accept. You're pathetic. I doubt you really mean that. Not bad. Not bad at all. You're pathetic. Yes, whatever you say. Don't be silly. Don't, please. Sure, you're a big fat liar. Not bad. That's a bit I accept. I have no choice. Raynill's staying in the last room down the hall upstairs. Here's the key. I always liked Brayden and Arlene. They were a nice couple. I hope you get to the bottom of this, because I don't believe he was a vampire either.
Well met.
Apparently, Right-Wind teaches his blade skill. Those two...
He's talented. The Fighters Guild could do a lot worse.
How about that?
There were lights spotted at Sundercliff Watch. That place was cursed by Mehrunes Dagon himself. Best not to go there.
Really? You hear about Jorunda? He was caught stealing gold and now he's in jail. I bet our Nora's beside herself with grief. So long.
Take care.
What can I do for you today? Galaborn? That's odd that you should mention that name. Reynold told me that he was the last vampire he hunted. Yeah, that's right. Somewhere in Skingrad, I believe. He said he tracked Gelborn down and killed him. That's apparently why the guards trust him so readily. They had gotten word from Skingrad City Watch about Raynil and his so-called accomplishment. Arnora and Jorunda were once a happy couple, but that's over now. I hear that he took all of their money and stashed it after he committed a robbery. He was gonna skip town on Arnora, but got arrested before making good on his escape. Now she has no money left at all, poor thing. And nothing else I can tell you about him. He comes and goes and doesn't talk to people much. Just look for me if you need anything else.
Hello.
So, any new revelations in your, investigation? How'd you know about that? Too many people don't know how to keep quiet about official matters. Very well. The Skingrad City Watch informed us that Galaborn was killed by Raynil not too long ago. Galaborn was a vampire as well, obviously. What do you mean you disagree? That's a bold statement. What proof do you have that Gellerborn was not a vampire? I don't know what to say. It all makes perfect sense now. Why else would Raynor have removed this journal from the crime scene in Skingrad? I heard no mention of a key either. It must have been removed by Raynor from Braden's body before we arrived. To think that 2 innocent men were killed, and that I'm responsible for one of their deaths, I'm speechless. I will rouse the guard and begin a search for him in the city. Meet me at Olav's Tap and Tack in 1 hour. Just before I arrived here, I received a report from one of our scouts watching the roads. Raynor was spotted heading west out of Bruma. The scout tried to follow, but lost him in the mountains. The only cave to the west that comes close to the one described in Gellerborn's journal is Boreal Stone Cave. That must be where he's headed. You must get there before he acquires whatever artifact is being kept there and makes his escape. I'm keeping the city guard in Bruma, as Raynor doesn't know we're after him. If he sees a guard, he may panic and run. You're my only hope at the moment. Please, you have my authorization to do everything you can to bring him to justice. If you won't surrender, I think you know what to do. Hurry. I fear you have a day at the most to stop him. Please hurry. Greetings.
You're pathetic.
Congratulations. I had a feeling you would catch on sooner or later. Leaving that journal behind was a stupid mistake on my part. I saw you enter Olav's tap and tack before I could get there, and I knew that I had to sneak out of Bruma somehow. It was only a matter of time before you or Carius figured it out. No matter. After I've killed you, I won't need my vampire hunter ruse any longer. Certainly not. I'm surprised Carius didn't send the entire city watch up here. But then I would have seen that coming, I suppose. I expected to lay low here for a while and then be on my way. So again, I underestimated you. This leaves me with little choice. Either I fight you now and have a chance at freedom, or I surrender and rot in a city dungeon. I prefer the chance for freedom. Yes, I suppose it is. Well then, we've talked enough. Only one of us will walk out of here alive this day. Good luck. Die!
What's the matter? Getting tired? Ha! You'll never take me down!
How can I help you?
What news do you bring? Yes. I remember Brayden mentioning that name. Long ago, I made a promise to Brayden. I promised to never reveal to anyone what I'm about to reveal to you now. However, because you've avenged his unjust death, I feel that Brayden would understand why I'm breaking that pact. Brayden told me about this amulet when they first brought it home from whatever distant land it came from. He never really trusted anyone else in the group, and before he secured the treasure in that cave, he had a special enchantment placed upon it. The magic masks the true identity of the item. All it takes is a simple command word, and the amulet would be restored to its true state. No, he always feared this day would come. He left me knowledge of that word in the event that he died, and I came into possession of the keys. If the other members of Brayden's group were still alive, and I on my deathbed, only then would I pass the knowledge on to them. If you'd give me that amulet, I would like to show you what you've recovered. Thank you. I will now speak the word. brotherhood. Here is the amulet back. It's as beautiful as it was the day I remember seeing it long ago. I want you to keep it, as I have no use for this anymore. I'm certain that's what I want, and I'm certain that's what Brayden would want. I thank you from the bottom of my heart. I hope that the amulet helps keep you safe on whatever roads you may travel. Justice has been done.
God's blood? You don't know, do you? Daedra overran Kvatch last night. There were glowing portals outside the walls, gates to Oblivion itself. There was a huge creature, something out of a nightmare, came right over the walls, blasting fire that swarmed around it, killing. Go and see for yourself. Kvatch is a smoking ruin. We're all that's left. Do you understand me? Everyone else is dead. It was Savli and Matthias. Some of the other guards helped some of us escape. They cut their way out, right through the city gates. Savlian says they can hold the road. No, I don't believe him. Nothing can stop them. If you'd seen it, you'd know. I'm getting out of here before it's too late. They'll be here any minute, I'm telling you. Run when you can.
I've looked everywhere. Perhaps you... What do you want? You too.
I just can't sleep. I lie down, close my eyes, but I can't stop.
You picked a bad time to visit Kvatch. Good day.
I don't have much. I lost everything. What can I interest you in? Leave me alone.
I'm just lucky to be alive.
I'm just lucky to be alive.
I'm angry. I want to stay angry. That angry.
Hope is gone. The Imperial line is dead. The Covenant is broken. The enemy has won. Things go from bad to worse nowadays. Priests murdered on the chapel altar. What next? The Imperial line is dead, and the gods have forsaken us. Where is our blessing? Where is our protection? Where are our gods? The enemy triumphs, and we die alone. Lord Dagon is the enemy. He is the Prince of Destruction, and the Daedra are his servants. The chapel is cast down, and the faithful, my friends, all dead. The enemy has won, and we are destroyed. Enough talk.
Kvatch is finished. There's nothing
I just
left.
can't sleep.
Don't forget,
I lie down and close my
Cameron
eyes, but I
Usurper
can't
burned
stop
Kvatch too.
thinking about it.
Kvatch was rebuilt from ruins once before, and she'll do it again. It's the smell, really. Smoke and fire and something worse in the ruins.
God, I don't even notice anymore. I guess you can get used to anything. How could the Nine let this happen? Are they angry with us?
How could the Nine let this happen?
Why have our gods forsaken us? The Divines are powerless to stop all these threats. Even as we speak, people are disappearing near Anvil, and I foresee a terrible threat. One even the gods should fear. You are a noble soul and a follower of the Nine. I am more than a humble priest and represent an order that stood for Akatosh for centuries. I feel these disappearances are an insult to Akatosh's commands. Will you investigate the ruins of Beldeburo and help us? He seems to be different than your usual self-proclaimed holy man. Maybe what he says is true. And that the attack on the Chapel of Dibella is just the beginning of an assault on the church itself. You'll find him at the barricade at the top of the road. He's still trying to hold what's left of the guard together. Stop talking. What is it, citizen?